Number 41. 41. Yeah, that's number. Oh, hi and howdy, folks. Welcome once again to Kemp's Ford School. Come right on in. Have a seat, girls, boys. Make yourselves as comfortable as you can on these hard wooden benches. I was just going through Webster's Blue Book Speller, lesson 41, seeing if I can't pull some useful material out for my students. And table 41 is entitled The Boy That Went to the Woods to Look for Birds' Nests When He Should Have Gone to School. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Hollis? I didn't think so. This is number 19 in this channel series, and I thought this time we should go over how well the channel is doing. And so it's not to make this all about numbers and statistics and analytics. We're going to end this with a story. Story similar, sort of, to the last story, the last episode that we had. It's a ball cap story, a military veteran ball cap story. You may remember from the last episode we discussed the HMS Hood and the German battleship Bismarck and its relationship to the school. And if you saw that, quite a show. If you didn't see it, well, go see it. Let's get right down to the numbers, see how well we're doing. There was a while when it looked like this may not take off, just because, as my friends will tell you, I am not the brightest whale oil lamp in the cabin when it comes to technology. I'm a little behind the times on that, or actually I fit right in with these times, and I happen to like these times, by the way. They're some of my favorite times. Take, for instance, technology. I've been having a little bit of fun with our graphics department's efforts. You may recognize this from one of our money series. This is a series on bills. It's nothing more than a board held on with some nails. And I know you can't see it, but they're square nails. This is 1850, no round nails here. And I made the remark that, well, we can now do double-sided. It was a significant improvement. Yeah, this is also from the money series, the bills series in particular. However, as much as I'm appreciative of the graphics department's efforts, particularly in making it look authentic, this is cumbersome and unwieldy, and it's heavy, and these nails, they seem to catch on everything. One of my people said, you know, there's a Swedish fellow who does furniture. IKEA is his name. Sounds a bit odd for a Swede to have a name like IKEA, but who am I to say? And I might have to check him and his wares out to see what he has to offer that might simplify my little problem here. But anyway, let's get on to what the story is about today, episode 19. It's about the channel itself. How well are we doing? Put that right there. Open up the book. Bookmarked with my, you may remember this, my $1 bookmark. It's either the most expensive bookmark I've ever had, or it's the most worthless bookmark I've ever had, depending on what the bill is worth. And you may have seen the episode where this was featured. At any rate, we have, these are the numbers as they stand of when I looked last, which was not that long ago. Total of 17 videos have been produced. This is number 18 right here. And the numbers run like this. We have a grand total of 13 subscribers. I'm real pleased about that. To you, baker's dozen worth of subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate your efforts. I appreciate your attention. There's been a total of 284 views. Now, granted, the channel is in infancy, and I'm not expecting 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, or even 800 subscribers. I'm happy with 13. Would appreciate 26, but I'll go with 13 for the moment. But for something that's this new, and I do not call myself a professional YouTuber, I'm still very much in the amateur status. 284 total views, that's pretty good. Something I don't quite understand, but I'm not going to question it. Of those 284 total views, 185 of them came from the money series. 3 videos for coins, 1 of bills, 4 videos. 185 views combined with the number 1 video of all 17 of them being number 13, which is when I discussed my pay as part of the coin series. That just by itself received 75 views. Can't argue with that. Maybe there is something to statistics and numbers that people want to hear. Or maybe it's just plain money. Can't dispute that. I'll take it as it goes. What else? That's probably about that. Well, that's enough. That's enough. And now, I can't say anything else until I thank everybody for contributing to this. It was a joint effort. You didn't have to come here. You didn't have to stick around. You didn't have to subscribe. But boy, do I like you for doing so. And I hope that you continue to do so. And for those of you who have not, I hope to earn a like and a subscription. I don't know why it helps the channel, not exactly, but apparently it helps the channel. Because that's what everybody else who does this says. Subscribe, 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 because it helps. And the story. You may recall last time, the last episode, we discussed, as I said, the battleships and the British veteran from the HMS Hood. Well, on this particular day, the story begins. I was working here at Kempsford School, also known as my basement, and in walked a couple. They were the only people there because it was a quiet day at wrong one. It was a quiet day at the schoolhouse at the park. I gotta be careful there. They walked in and I noticed that the gentleman had on a ball cap. They both were of mature years. And the gentleman looked like, well, he could very well be a World War II veteran. What I noticed first was his ball cap. It had World War II veteran on it and B-24 Liberator bomber on it. Not the words. It had a picture, a graphic of it. And I thought, well, he's wearing that cap. I suppose he was in World War II and he flew B-24 Liberator bombers. Well, so we got to talking. Me, at first, giving the two of them the 10-cent spiel and 5 cents change. And then after that, it came down to chit-chat. Sometimes when I'm doing the chit-chat, it's more pleasurable to talk to folks than when I'm doing the official spiel. It's just more relaxing. Nobody has to feel that they are on, if you know what I mean. Well, now, the gentleman was fairly talkative. The woman, which I assumed was his wife, didn't say anything at any time. Oh, which is fine. Some people are talkers. I wouldn't know anything about that, of course. And some people are not talkers. But the gentleman who I took to be the husband and I were hitting it off rather well. And I remarked about his ball cap. And I said, I see by your cap, sir, that perhaps you were in World War II and you flew in those B-24 Liberators? And he got a big grin on his face and he said, hell yes, I flew those. I bombed her hometown. She still didn't say a word. As it turned out, they were husband and wife. He was in the Army Air Corps serving in Europe during World War II. She was a German national living in, and he never did mention the town. She was living in Germany at the time as the German national. And one day, or perhaps it was a night, he didn't specify. He didn't go into too many details. She might not have liked that. But he was flying a mission over her town, and he and the rest of his squadron bombed the heck out of it. Somehow or other, after the war, they met. They fell in love. They married. She became a war bride. And when he went back to the States, she came with him. Hell yes, I bombed her hometown. What a love story. Can you believe that? Well, so much for the story. What's happening next on this channel? Where do we go from here? There's actually a fair number of places we could go. I have lots of ideas, and I would like to share them with you, but I've noticed all too often, if I say something, it jinxes it. Maybe that makes me suspicious. Who knows? But if I say, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, sure as shooting, somebody out of left field or right field, instead of tossing me some accolades, would just toss a hand grenade. And everything just blows up. And whatever it was I had planned didn't happen. But I can tell you this much. If things go well, and the channel continues to exist, we will migrate, not permanently, but we will migrate from time to time from the schoolhouse to other places. What other places? Stay tuned. One last thing, and then I'll get back to my Webster's Blueback Speller and let you get on with your lives. I've said this before, this channel has no sponsors. Wish we had more subscribers, but we have no sponsors. There's no paywall. There's no, if you contribute this much money at this level, you get this much extra content that nobody else. Now, that doesn't fly here. That goes quite much against my grain. There's no Patreon account, nothing like that. And with that, that's enough. Appreciate your being here. I hope everyone is doing well. Glad you showed up. Next time, well, we'll find out when next time comes here. But until our paths cross again, and I'm pretty sure they will, I have the honor to remain your most respectful and obedient servant, Dave Diggs. Thank you. Take care now.